Steal.
You gonna kill all my users, Grant?
No. Are you on Facebook?
No, I'm not on Facebook.
He's on
Yeah,
Facebook
yeah,
Live.
yeah. Periscope.
And then let's get Cedric in there too.
Okay.
So it might be too tight, huh? Yeah, there you go. Beautiful.
I apologize.
I don't know why we don't. Why don't we put it right on the camera, dude? Why don't we put that thing on the camera?
We can.
What
is going on with this thing, bro?
See, because he didn't hook me up first. We didn't check it out, dude. We just threw it on the freaking thing. Didn't think it through.
You good with that?
I don't love it.
Grant's on the Facebook Live as well, Pete.
Okay.
I don't know why we don't drop it there on that post and then have it right underneath the camera. Hey guys, this is an interview with Cedric Harris. He's one of the seven-figure. Is it called a seven-figure earner? Is that how you say that? $1 million? How do you say $1 million?
$1 million, baby. It's all the same.
Okay. This is going to be a new show, Network Marketing Moguls. If you know somebody that's earning $1 million a year, I want to interview them here. If you know somebody that runs a company, started a company, somebody successful in network marketing, you guys on Facebook, I would love, and by the way, thank you for the shares. I would love to interview them like I'm about to interview my man. I wanted to give you guys a sneaky peek behind the scenes of my new show, Network Marketing Moguls. Okay?
We're good.
Hey, Grant Cardone here. I'm doing a new show called Network Marketing Moguls. This is our first show, and the reason I'm doing this is because I have met, heard from, been written by, Facebook posted, YouTube stream, Periscope, Meerkatted, blabbed with so many network marketers out there. And I told a guy the other night, I'm like, you know what? I want to tell the truth about network marketing. Because if you go online and you Google search network marketing or multi-level marketing or direct marketing, you end up with all this. Basically, you end up with a bunch of quitters saying bad stuff about network marketing. Okay, it's not successful people in network marketing saying those things. It's the quitters. It's like the tabloids. The tabloids are filled with lies based on people that have quit something. You know, you quit the Catholic Church, they say bad things about it. You quit anything, you quit an AA meeting, hey, it didn't work, the 12 steps didn't work because the guy refused to quit drinking. So, Network Marketing Moguls, today I have with me Cedric Harris. I'm so proud to have Cedric here. I've had a couple phone calls with him. We just spent an hour in my office. He's a $1 million earner with Jeunesse. Before that, he was with marketing for Mortgage Investors Corps. You might remember the company. They did $3 billion in sales. He was the former president there. Former #1 earner and top recruiter in a company called Vasalis. How much money did you earn there?
1.6, 1.7.
That's big money, man. That's big money. That puts you in the top 0.01% of 1%ers. He is the fastest diamond in Jeunesse history with 30,000 reps, over 17,000 active. That's a huge number, 50% active. And they've done 20 million. His team, his personal team, has done $20 million. Dude, that's big. Okay, great to have you here, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Grant. Thanks so much.
So tell everybody, how did you get involved, Cedric, with where are you from, first of all?
Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah, how'd you grow up?
I grew up in a very interesting environment. You know, my father was a butcher at a grocery store. My mom was in the insurance business, and I started off in sales. You know, so I always.
You grew up in a poor family, middle class.
Middle class,
yeah,
middle class.
So you had to buy
poor middle class,
clothes and you had food.
I had clothes and food,
fear, constantly,
and plenty of fear.
That's the definition of middle class. They need to put that in Wikipedia. Anyone with fear.
plenty of that. Plenty of that.
So your dad's a butcher. Your mom, she's doing insurance. What's going on for you?
Well, what was going on with me? I mean, I lived literally 5 minutes from the projects, 5 minutes from where all my friends grew up, and everybody were pharmaceutical salespeople, so I became one.
Oh, okay.
So that was when I was 16, 17 years old until I got to meet a judge in a black robe that changed my life.
Oh, how did you meet the judge?
Well, I met the judge because I got caught.
Doing what? Oh, you were doing that kind
I was in pharmaceutical sales and I got caught. So that judge.
No, I got respect for you.
Yeah, that judge.
I thought you worked for the big pharma company.
No. It was big pharma. It was big pharma.
No, it's little pharma actually. Big pharma is the one that gets away with selling freaking drugs that are so dangerous, like
this is true.
Like street drugs. You know, like a safe thing. Okay, so you You were trying to make money. Okay, you got mixed up with the wrong group.
Absolutely.
Okay, how long did you serve?
I went to a boot camp program. So
Okay.
I went to a 90-day boot camp program, and they put 10 years over my head. I was 18 years old. You know, so that was
You got to give the
life-changing.
guy props
That
just
was
for admitting
life-changing.
that. I didn't know that. You just hit me with that. He doesn't have to tell anybody that.
Right, right.
And so, okay, so now, where does the network marketing come in here?
Well, ironically, I was working at a food company called American Frozen Foods, where we sold 6 months, 7 months, 8 months worth of food at one time. It was a one-call closed deal. I did really, really well in the company, and they promoted me to management. And I had eight to 10 salespeople that were selling these food services. And one of my reps went out to a guy's house one day and sold him a food service. He came back and told me about a company called Excel Communications back in the 90s, back when everybody had long distance on their phone. And that was my introduction to network marketing. Ironically,
why was that? How was that like network marketing?
well, Excel Communications, I mean, the company, we were selling long distance. So that was back when it was AT&T, MCI Sprint. They were selling it for 19 cents a minute. Excel was doing it for 10. So it was literally taking candy from a baby. All you had to do was get somebody to autograph a document and mail it in. This was before all the pick freezes and three-way confirmations and all these crazy things that go on today. So that was my first introduction.
And was there a network? Could you build a network
Yes,
there?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Yep, you were building a network. Back in the 90s, I mean, the top income earner, Lord rest his soul, was Paul Orbison, the former owner of another network marketing company, but he was making $1 million a month back in the 90s.
Wow.
You know,
that's freaking
they wrote a
enormous.
book about it, the Excel phenomenon, and a lot of the leaders that are in this industry today come from that background.
So there, you're getting introduced to. I mean, you did direct sales as a kid. You know, selling the stuff, and then now you're getting exposed to the growth possibilities in the multipliers.
Absolutely.
So what's your first run then at what you know today as network marketing?
My first run?
Yeah.
My first run was Excel.
Okay.
And that was what? Well, I was 18, so I'll be 41 this year. So that was my very first run at the industry. I knew nothing about it. Everybody had a phone. It was very easy. I utilized my my sales techniques. I found out very, very early though, and something that for some people to take notes, I found out very, very early. You know, I recruited about 40 some odd people, Grant, in a very short period of time, and I thought I was doing great until my sponsor said, "Cedric, you're great and you suck." And I'm like, "Well, how am I great and I suck?" He said, "Because you're closing everybody."
Right.
And I was so used to selling.
Were you selling the opportunity? I'm sure you're selling the opportunity, not
yes,
the product.
yes.
Yeah.
And it was $245 to become a rep.
Okay.
So mentally ingrained, I was so used to not leaving a home until I got a check or a credit card that I wouldn't leave your home until you signed up into the business because I was closing.
But you believed in the product.
Absolutely.
You believed, hey,
Absolutely.
you're going to give me $245. I'm going to save you a bunch of money. We're going to rip AT&T off, basically.
Yep.
Because they're overcharging you. Why would I leave? Right?
No
But
reason.
you're not. So look, this guy's telling you that there's that basic sales element of saying, well, dude, if you got a good product and you got a good company and it helps the customer, why would you leave their home without getting a check? And you're clearly at this point money motivated.
Absolutely.
Because what was driving your desire to have money? Do you know?
Well, growing up where I grew up at, I knew that when I was 18, that challenge that I had in my life, that in order for me to be successful, I was going to have to separate my surroundings. And that's what I did, you know, and I started separating the people that I was spending the most time with. And then I realized that, you know, when I got introduced to Excel, my upline was making 65 grand a month. And that was in the 90s.
Wow.
My dad made 30 grand a year as a butcher.
Right.
So to see somebody make 65,000 a month, and then they were just coming to hotel meetings and motivating people and flying all over the world, I said I could do that.
Yeah. So you're seeing the opportunity.
Absolutely.
You're seeing the opportunity, the possibility of not being a butcher.
Absolutely.
So tell me about, like, what is the biggest? 23 years you've been in multi-level marketing. You've made millions of dollars. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
You'll earn $1 million this year.
Yes.
And that's with Jeunesse.
Yes.
Okay. And I don't want to talk about the company so much as why does multi-level marketing have such a bad rep?
You know, you hit it at the beginning. It's because of quitters, and I call it the microwave magic mentality. You know, we live in a society where people don't even want to work a week in a hole. They start a job and it's like, hey, I work from Monday to Friday. I need to get paid. And most people don't understand how to build residual. So they want this instant gratification so quickly. You know, I tell people all the time, the best invention that was ever made was a microwave. The worst invention that was ever made was a microwave.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, everybody is now. So
see, I know when I nuke my food, I intuitively know there's something bad about something happening to my food that quickly. You know what I mean? Hey, hang on 1 second, okay? I want to fix his. Okay, you need to see that, Robert. I don't need to see it. No, I want this. I don't want this out the whole time.
Okay.
So let's fix it to where. Yeah. Okay. So where do they have? Where's it at? Is that, okay. I just don't want it. It doesn't need to be shown. There, perfect now. Okay, we're good. We're good. I think we're good. We'll just keep it pulled. Okay. I want to make the man look good, man.
Yeah.
Okay. So this microwave mentality. But I mean, people got to know, dude, when they come to that first meeting, that it's not. I mean, everybody knows there's no, like.
Well,
don't they?
No, everybody doesn't know, because part of the challenge is perception. Perception is reality.
Is somebody telling them it's going to be, you're going to get rich overnight? Or
people,
do they just...
some people do that, or the perception of what they see. This person has a Lamborghini. This person has a Rolls Royce. This person has this big gigantic house. This person has a Bentley. They see these different things, and they don't know what it took for them to actually get there.
Or they don't know that the guy's on a lease.
Absolutely.
And he can't make you say that.
Absolutely.
I mean, look, just because you see a guy in a Lambo doesn't mean he didn't go down to the Miami airport and rent it for $345, and that he's going to freaking default on the payment of it by the time he returns the car. Is that possible?
A rapper mentality.
Yeah, right.
Every time I fly, they say, "Do you want to upgrade your car, Cedric?" And I say, "Why? I'm bringing it back tomorrow." What do I look like, a rapper? I'm not doing a video. I'm bringing it back tomorrow. So you're absolutely right.
So part of it is the perception of the get rich quick, and then that expectation. Then I was like, shit, I got to sell people here. I got to talk to people. The products, like how does somebody make a decision on the good products? Because some of these companies, we find out, the products are bad, or it didn't do this, or.
I think, I honestly, you talk about it a lot. I think people should only market what they actually believe in. You can't work at a Honda dealership driving a BMW. So what kind of results have you gotten from the product? What kind of results have you seen other people get from the products, and can you sink your teeth in that? If you can sink your teeth in that, then you can edify it and you can talk about it. I obviously, inside of our company, I love our products. I truly believe in them, so it's easy for me to talk about them. Absolutely, it's easy for me to talk about.
So in those products, like the Jeunesse products, the little instant get rid of Grant's wrinkles.
Right.
What does that product cost?
That product is $74.95 retail, $44.95 wholesale for distributors.
Okay, and then jump over to the other end of the spectrum where you got Enagic selling a $4,000 filter.
Right.
So I want you to talk a little bit about like finding the right vehicle. How does somebody, if they're like, hey man, I want to do this multiple flow, and one of the reasons I'm doing this show is so many of you are like, dude, how do I get a second flow? How do I get a second flow? Well, first thing you need is a second flow of people, not second flow of money. You need new connections, new people. And we were talking in my office. I'm like, forget the product, forget the money, dude. It's the people. The people, just to be connected with like-minded people. But when you're in a room of 15,000 people, I guarantee you got to assume 3,000 out of 15,000 people, 20% rule. You do not. They are contagious and aberrated and have bad attitudes. They're freaking jacked in their head. They're reading the wrong stuff. They say no to nothing. So how does somebody pick the right vehicle with the right people with the right compensation program? Let's talk about the right vehicle first.
You starting off with people. There's 3,000-4,000 different network marketing companies that are out there in this world. People don't join companies, they join people. So who are you partnering with? That's the biggest thing that I tell people. There's too many times that people get sponsored by people, Grant. And I believe that you should partner with people.
And you talk about partnering a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about partnering.
My team, my partnering, my what else do y'all call it? Y'all got some great terminology. I gotta tell you, man. You guys figured out the freaking, what do you call them? Like you said the word in there.
Well, it's
the trip.
Tripwire. We were talking about that was something else. That was front end. But yeah, I think you got to look at who are you partnering with. Does that person bring some value inside of your life?
And how do I see that, dude? Yeah, good. How do I find out beyond the Lambo? How would you tell a guy to look and find out if Grant's a real deal? Because there's a lot of frauds out there.
Right.
Or how Cedric's a real deal or not.
Well, what we're doing right now, number one, with social media, because you've got Facebook Live, you've got Periscope, you've got YouTube, you've got all these different assets that people can actually see. And if someone has credibility, if someone is actually producing results, it's very, very easy to see that when you cut on a Facebook Live and there's a gazillion people that are watching, you know, and that are sharing it all over the place, that are tweeting it all over the place. And then you can see that person in a live setting doing speaking engagements or interviews or whatever the case may be. Then you know that that person is real, that it's not about the flash. It's not about this. It's not about that. I'm not really in... I've never been attracted to flash after some of the things that I've seen in my life.
Yeah, now, but on the flip side of that, on the flip side of the flash, the other thing I see a lot of guys use is a lot. They use it a lot, okay, is family. I mean, they're pulling the religious card, man, the faith card. I'm like, dude, you guys got to look. You got to look beyond the cover, okay? Look beyond the Lambo. Look beyond, hey, I'm doing this for God and I'm giving back. Man, why don't you go visit their homes? You know, go spend some time with the guys. See if he can make time for you. See if they're like if you're a player and you're going to get involved with a team and a partnership, right? Wouldn't it be fair for somebody that's coming to work for me to find out about who Grant really is, not just in front of a camera or on stage? I mean, is that a fair thing to ask somebody?
And for the people that can afford to do that or are in a vicinity to be able to do that, they do it all the time. I know I do it all the time, and I have a lot of people flying into me, or we're doing private one-on-one meetings or whatever the case may be. For some people that might live in Minnesota or Ohio and they can't fly to wherever that person is because of finances, that's the beauty of the online world. You know, they get to really, really research that person out and feel them out for who they really are and have conversations with them on the phone. I think it's one thing to follow somebody on camera, but to be able to feel them out over a telephone call, to feel them out at lunch or dinner, goes a long way.
Yeah, and that being said, I mean, you're not looking for perfect people.
Right.
I'm not looking for Cedric to be perfect. I'm not looking... If you guys are looking for me to be perfect, dude, you're going to be disappointed. I am not perfect. I am not trying to be perfect. I have no attempt on a daily basis to be perfect. So, look, you're looking for a partner.
Absolutely.
Right? Your wife, your husband, your kids, none of them are perfect. I'm looking for people that want to grow together. Let's talk about biggest mistakes that you've seen people make in network marketing. One of them you said is looking for the quick fix, but what beyond that?
Not building their business fast enough. So people, for whatever reason, they get involved in whatever company that they're in and they put it on cruise control and they don't go all out. If I tell people, if I could take anything back, I will go all the way back to the beginning. Knowing what I know now, after witnessing this life for years, I would have went harder, faster. Knowing what I know now, harder, faster. I would tell every single breathing soul.
So the guy that says, be patient, takes a long time to build your network, takes a long time to build your business, you say?
I say go hard or go home.
Dude, go hard and go fast. I'm telling you, he's 41 years old and 57 years old, okay? Single biggest mistake. Robert's heard me say this over and over again. I didn't go hard, big enough, fast enough, early enough.
Absolutely.
I've done it for a long period of time, but it's been too much of the TARDIS. My daughter was reading TARDIS in the Hair the other day to me, and it gets to the end and said, the moral of the story is the TARDIS wins because he continued. I said, no, baby, the moral of that story is the freaking hair lost because it took a nap.
Right, exactly.
So be the TARDIS and the hair.
Exactly.
And you got a chance of being a millionaire.
Exactly.
You know, that's going to be my new book, man. TARDIS, the hair, and a millionaire.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
So okay, biggest mistakes, not going hard enough, quick fixes, what else?
And not treating the business for what it is. So what is network marketing? I tell people this all the time. Network marketing is personal development with a product attached to it.
I love that. Say that again.
Personal development with a product attached to it. So many people want to become a genius on their product. They want to be a scientist. Your organization didn't want to become a scientist. They didn't need to learn all these crazy things.
Yeah, which is so much better than just a job, because most jobs are just jobs. You're making money. This is a personal development. Like in my company, people come here, half the people that work in my company actually see the personal development possibilities. Every day we have a meeting, every day. Okay, every day I confront people. Hey man, you can get attached to the revenue here, you don't have to. Everybody has an opportunity to get attached to the revenue. So there is a personal development. So many jobs, man, so many jobs that people have. A guy's flying, I got a pilot for my plane. He's totally into just the job, dude. He's just a product. I'm like, dude, why don't you get involved in the personal development part here? I just want a job, man. I just want to fly back and forth. I'm like, that's so boring. So you say the personal development with a product attached, that also has an opportunity component.
Yes, it's because who are you becoming along the way? Who are you really becoming? You know, I told you a part of my story in the beginning, you know, and I never told that story until 2007 when one of my coaches forced me to say it in front of 50 some odd people. Because I kept putting it aside. I was ashamed of it. And he said, Cedric, you don't understand. People love a good comeback story. They don't want to hear about you being in the mortgage business and then going full-time here. They want to hear who you got, where it came from. You got it from the rough.
And I would also say for you personally, to be able to get that out, dude, and not be like, you know, having that dirty shirt in your closet and you're the only one that knows about it. Anybody that comes out for anything is, I think, more powerful for themselves, right?
Absolutely.
Because I think the personal development thing, dude, how can I ever sell a product if I'm not developing? How can my income ever go up if I'm flatlined?
Absolutely.
Right? You agree with that?
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
all the $1 million hitters. Like, give me some of the names of guys that you know have worked with or been on stage with. The big giants.
Wow. Well,
Al Orbison.
Paul Orbison.
Okay.
He's
$2 million earner. I mean, that was $4 or $5 million.
Holton Buggs, one of the biggest in this industry. Susan Sly.
How much? What did she earn?
Couple million a year.
Yeah.
You know, Holton same as well.
Yeah.
Who else can we mention?
How about the coach, the well-respected coach, the training guy?
Eric Worre. I mean, Eric is the man, network marketing pro, the man, period, in the story.
Yeah. Now, how many of those 5 names did not have a personal development component to their own life?
Not one.
Look, show me somebody. Okay, Mike Tyson. I'll show you somebody. He didn't spend any time on his personal development. He blew it all. Absolutely. Then he went to his personal development. It was the blow that he's like, okay, I got to get myself handled. Okay, so, and I don't know if he comes back or not. I hope he comes back. But the personal development, to invest in yourself, to me, is the big freaking gold mine in multi-level marketing, because you have all these people going to the same place saying, I want to be around like-minded people that want to develop.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Other big mistakes.
Other big mistakes: not attending enough events. You know, I was doing
how many events is enough events?
How many events is enough events? For me, I'm a junkie. I'm 3-4 times a month because I'm always wanting to become better and sharpening my knife.
Right.
But if you're serious about this industry, you need to attend at least 4 to 7 events a year. Period. End of story. You got to be plugged into something every couple of months, minimum.
Yeah.
Minimum every couple of months.
How often do you put fuel in your car? How often do you eat? How often do you love your kids? See, I don't understand. Oh man, I got to go to another event. You took a shower again this morning when you woke up. You know, are you resenting it? But this is what success is, right? And the beauty about being around so many other people that are like, I'm going to another event. Now, do people go to too many events? Do they go to the event just to get the buzz and then don't put it into application?
I don't think people go to too many events. I think the value that you get out of there, knowing what is the purpose of you going to that event. I'm always looking for what is that extra nugget? Yeah. What is that one nugget?
So you go with a purpose.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I tell people all the time, I've never attended an event that cost me money.
Yeah, right.
It looked like it cost money, but you meet somebody there, you develop a relationship, something happens, and voila, you might do a collaboration with that person, you might do a book, you might do a speaking engagement with them, they might be in your organization. You don't know what's going to happen 6 months, a year, 2, 3, 4 years down the road. So you were able to compound that.
We're talking to Cedric Harris, okay? This is Network Marketing Moguls. We're going to come right back and we're going to get the final takeaways from what you would have to do to build your own network marketing, what you'd avoid to build a successful $1 million business. Stay with us on Network Marketing Moguls.
Super smooth.
Yeah. Hey, you guys getting the inside skinny Winnie. Hey, what questions do you have for Cedric, okay? Money on my mind. I got your money on my mind. Grant Cardone is the man. Thank you. Okay, what questions do you have? I'll make sure he gets them. Confidence is the key. This is our year. My event in Vegas. found my reason why I went. Awesome. If you got questions, Robert, do you have a computer in front of you? Because I'd love some of these questions sent to me.
Okay.
Or maybe Katie or somebody can grab them and I'll ask Cedric on this way out.
When you find out you're following the wrong person, what do you do? Or if you're in the wrong business.
Okay. Wrong. Yeah. Wrong business. Let's talk about hopping. Hopping. Right? Moving.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's time to move too, though, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I want to talk about that guy that makes $10,000 a month though, and then goes to sleep. And let's also talk about the guys blowing their money.
Yes.
I'm that guy, but I didn't go to sleep.
Yeah. This is why I think what I teach people is so valuable, because there's one show I do every week on Fridays. I just kind of keep telling people, look, man, you guys, you don't understand the financial implications of this situation.
There's a compound effect.
You know, there's even a guy like Darren Harding, okay? So, you know, I'm like, dude, you gotta work. You gotta work. You can't just write a book every once in a while. You gotta make some free. I mean, if you really want to make a difference in this planet, you need some big money. Right. It takes big money, dude. Hey, you guys, this is Cedric Harris, okay? Ask your questions. I'll make sure you get them. Also, appreciate the shares. You guys are freaking awesome for sharing. Also, let me just say this. If you're watching on Facebook right now, greatestsalessecrets.com. Is there a special code for the $49?
Mm-hmm. It's $49.
Greatestsalessecrets.com. Greatestsalessecrets.com. No code needed. Just go to greatestsalessecrets.com. It's $49 until, what time is it right now, Robert?
It is currently 12:33.
Okay, I think you have an hour and 27 minutes for the $49. An hour and 27 minutes for the $49. Then it's going to go to $89. Tomorrow it goes to $129. By Thursday at 2, it goes to $279. It's $49 right now. It's a 4-hour live seminar. And guess what? You don't even need to come to Miami. I'm going to send it to your phone, your computer, or your tablet, and you own it. It'll be a 4-hour, uninterrupted, I will not take a piss break, seminar on the single greatest sales secret. Then if you knew this one secret, you wouldn't even have to learn how to sell anything. How about that?
Nice.
Is that big enough?
Gangster.
Okay. And if you do it online, you do retail, e-tail, you do wholesale, it'll work for you. And I guarantee it. Okay, we ready?
We're rolling.
Hey, welcome back to Network Marketing Moguls. I'm with Cedric Harris, former president of Marketing for Mortgage Investors Corporation. That was a $3 billion company. He co-authored a book called Stepping Stones to Success with Deepak Chopra, Jack Canfield, Dennis Whaley. Dennis died?
Oh, yeah.
Fastest diamond in Jeunesse history with 30,000 reps, 17,000 are active, that's a freaking enormous number. 50% active rate. Let's talk about activity. Okay, what do the people that are active have in common with each other, and then what do the inactive have in common?
They're doing something every day. They're doing something every single day.
Yeah.
Every day. And they understand that compound effect. So when we were talking earlier, we were talking about the TTO tip of the day call. That's somewhere.
Say it again.
The TTO tip of the day call. TTO stands for Team Takeover.
See, they got their whole nomenclature. They got this whole freaking talk. I don't even know what it is.
We'll let you.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of TTO members checking it out. So
you're really talking about discipline. Daily.
Absolutely.
Anything worth doing is worth doing every day.
Absolutely.
So this TTTO thing. Is it TTO?
TTO, yeah.
TTO, okay. This is a daily meeting. Who runs that?
It's done by different reps on our team. So different leaders that are proving themselves on our team, that we do a 15, 20 minute. Absolutely.
Yeah.
it's a 15, 20 minute conference call. That happens every day.
Do you know who's on the call?
Not off who's listening, no, because it's a conference call.
How would you like to know who's on that call?
I would love to know.
How would you like to know who's actually listening?
I would love to know who's actually listening.
How would you like to know who duplicated the information in that coaching call?
That would be even better now, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Because the problem right now with those calls is, they're picking up, they're changing the cat's litter basket while they're listening. right? They're feeding the baby. They're doing all these other things. You know, you guys think you're attending a meeting, but you got like, are you getting something out of it? What goes back to before the break? Why am I at that conference? Why am I at that call? So the active stay. They're doing daily calls. Okay. What else do they do right?
They attend the events
religiously.
Religiously.
So they bone up, borrow the money, spend the money. They do whatever's necessary.
Absolutely. They're constantly sharpening their knife.
Yeah.
Whether it's following people on Periscope, on YouTube, reading, listening to audio. I would say the biggest thing is that they're constantly sharpening their knife. You know, you got to.
Can people listen to too many people?
Yes. Yes, you can listen to too many people.
So tell me about that. Because I see some people get a little junked out on the self-improvement thing. Like, okay, I'm listening to everybody. I'm going to listen to everything I can get my hands on. I'm listening.
I think my philosophy is, and this is just my opinion, my philosophy is that you got to stick to 2 to 3 people max. Because what will happen, first of all, is that your regular inbox will become a junk box. Because you're following 25,000 people and everybody has a new offer or everybody has something new to say. And they're crossing literally some of the same lines anyway. You know, and there's 15, 20 different people. I always tell everybody, we're a collage of multiple different people. How many of us are really original?
You mean individually, we're collages. We're made up of different...
Even though he's not with us anymore, but Jim Rohn, I listen to all of old school Jim Rohn stuff, and I listen to a lot of old school Bill Britt as well, who is the best from Amway. So I'm a collage.
Yeah, and so you're really committed to your self improvement. Okay,
gotta be.
He's going to earn $1 million this year. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Or more.
More.
Tell me about the 90-day wonder. Tell me about the $10,000 earner that you see this. The guy makes $120,000 a year, and what happens to him?
Alrighty, so I think there's this thing inside of network marketing that if you were to ask 10 people what kind of money they want to make every month, 80% of them would say $10,000. And the interesting thing is that 9 out of 10 people have never made $10,000 ever before in their life. So some of us get to that level. We get to that $10,000 a month mark, and we think that we have arrived. And inside of network marketing, your business is consistent of 90. Your business is applicable to 90-day cycles. What you did 90 days ago is affecting you today. What you're doing today is going to affect your income 90 days from now.
So the seeds I plant 90 days.
Right, they're going to start to come to fruition now, and you're starting to see the income from that. You know, the training, the motivation, the building from the previous 60 to 90 days. So a lot of people get to that $10,000 a month mark and they put it on cruise control. They think they've made it, and then all of a sudden their income drops, and then they hit that panic button. I went from $10,000 a month down to $6,000 a month, down to $5,000 a month. What happened?
Right.
Well, there's a sticky note that I teach my team, Grant, that I think that if you're in network marketing, you should write the sticky note. And the sticky note says, what would my organization look like if they did what I did today?
Oh, nice.
And I look at that every night before I go to bed. Now, that can either help you go to sleep good, or it can help you, it can keep you up.
Either way, it's true.
Because if you didn't do anything,
right.
What would your organization look like? It would look like nothing.
Right.
So if you got the $10,000 a month and you said, I've arrived, I don't need to go to events anymore, I don't need to stretch anymore, I don't need to read anymore, you know, this was my goal, then all of a sudden, what you don't use, you lose.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, and that's the name of the game.
So final notes on, how do I pick a company? Somebody's out there. I mean, what's the best thing, first of all? What's the best thing you've gotten out of being in network marketing?
Honestly, the personal development, who I've become along the way. I've grown.
More valuable than the money you
right? Definitely.
Can you take it from me?
Yeah, I mean,
I can't take. I can steal his money, his watch. I cannot take away whatever's inside him.
Absolutely.
Okay. So what else?
That's my biggest. I mean, the personal development.
The money's great.
You can't put a price tag on it. The money is awesome.
The friends,
you know, but who are you becoming along the way? The relationship. It's all about the relationship equity. You know, I've developed some friends that are friends for life now.
Network, man.
Due to
network,
this. Absolutely.
Man, you are your network. Your network is attached to your network. You know, all 5 of your friends are broke. All 5 of your friends are sick all the time. All 5 of your friends get in accidents. All 5 of your friends get drunk on weekends. All 5 of your friends, you know, they baby daddies because they daddies and they act like babies. Well, dude, let me tell you something. That's going to affect you. That's who you become. You know, me and him we're going to be friends. I can tell right now. Look, he's committed to doing the right things every day. How do I pick a company? How do I pick one, and when do I leave one?
Good question. So first thing is that look for the right mentorship. So you got to look for the right mentorship. Who do I want to work with? That's number one. Number two, do you believe in the product? So many people are looking for a comp plan first, when the reality is that if you don't have the right mentorship, and if you don't like your product, what difference does the comp plan matter? Because you're not going to sell anything anyway.
I had a guy tell me the other day, man, we got the best comp plan. I said, dude, what do I care?
Right.
What's the product? Who are the people? Okay, I'm not a criminal. I could go sell cocaine. I could go sell drugs. I could go work for a big pharmaceutical company. I would never work for a big pharma. Okay, they got a bad product for me. Go ahead.
Absolutely. So looking at
mentorship, believing in the product.
Right mentorship, believing in the product, and then looking at your ownership. I would say this is so big. And let me tell you why this is so big inside of network marketing. You don't own anything when you build your team. You don't own your team. You can't walk around and urinate on a tree and say, this is mine. You don't own anything. So if something happens and the company terminates you for whatever reason, you just lost 50 grand a month, 100 grand a month, whatever the case may be. So who are the people that are signing the checks? That's the big deal. Do they have integrity?
Yeah, right.
You know,
right.
Are they the type of people
ownership of the network marketing? Okay. Who owns the vehicle?
Yes.
So me and you talked about a company. We're not going to mention them. They were doing just like this because the drivers of the vehicle had the fuel, wanted to accelerate, but there comes a time when the owner of that Ferrari, it's got the fuel, it's got the pretty car, but he doesn't want to accelerate anymore. Maybe he's going into conservation mode. You see that happen?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
The company now is not going in growth mode. They're now into conservation, conserve, protect, different. Okay? When do I leave a company? You left Visalis. Mm-hmm. You've left other companies. When do I leave? When do I stay?
Well, first of all, if things don't align with who you are, so from a morale standpoint, and I won't elaborate on the previous company, but on a morale standpoint, when things don't align with who you are, you've got to look at the inner core. That's number one. Yeah. Number two, I always tell people you've got to give your business 12 to 18 months. Mm-hmm. Like if you're not willing to give this up to 18 months, then you shouldn't actually be in it.
You're saying every day be punching every day, but you got to give it time.
You've got to give it time to grow, right? You don't plant a seed and then dig it up every 2 weeks to see if the roots are being cemented in. Yeah. So you've got to give it that time to actually sprout, to give it that growth. And then if you've got leaders that are around you that are, let's just say, maybe doing certain things that don't jive with who you are.
Right. So ethics. The ethics are out.
The ethics is.
How do you pick a company? You pick it first on ethics.
Mm-hmm. No, I couldn't agree more.
Because there's going to be an implosion. You're going to have an implosion of that company. Sooner or later, there's going to be an implosion based on the ethics of the company. And at the end of the day, you got to go sleep with yourself every night.
That's right.
You've been awesome, man. Okay. What would be your final words to anybody? First of all, who should be involved in network marketing?
Everybody.
Dude, everybody.
Everybody. It's the network.
I don't understand. People are like, well, not everybody's made for it. Well, yeah, they are, dude. Wow. Who wouldn't be made for being around better people, having an opportunity, and using good products?
Absolutely.
You're already involved in network marketing. When you go to Safeway, Albertson, Publix, that is called network marketing. You walk through the aisles, you pick up junk. It's all in boxes. The products that are coming from these companies, man, are freaking unbelievable. Like, what are some of the Jeunesse products right now that are fresh, great, people love them?
Instantly ageless, literally going viral. The Luminous line, the whole skincare line. The whole skincare line. Uh-huh. I haven't put lotion or soap on my face in a year and a half. I love that product line. The resveratrol product, the Reserve, the one that you're always taking all the time. It's great. Tastes like a grape elixir, focused on your immune system and your antioxidants. And the AM/PM line. I mean,
what's that doing for me? I'm taking the AM/PM, but I don't know what it's doing for me. Well, when's something going to happen, man?
Well, that's you got an interesting body. Well, the AM line is helps you out with your focus and alertness, which you got quite a bit of that going on. And then the PM line actually helps mellow you out and helps you sleep. Oh. So it helps that process. It puts you in a better, deeper sleep. which helps to
I didn't know it
rejuvenate
was
you.
doing that to me.
Yeah. That's because you're sleeping so well now, brother. You didn't even know.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Cedric Harris. Okay, how can people follow you, man?
Follow me on Facebook at Cedric Harris. You can check me out on my blog at CedricHarris.com, and you can check me out on Periscope at Cedric Harris as well, and Twitter, all over.
Everywhere. Cedric Harris.
Under my
Okay.
name.
Look, what I'm doing is network marketing right here. Okay. What I'm doing is network marketing. I'm getting around people. I mean, yeah. There's no company. There's no money for me to make out of this. He's not paying me. I'm not paying him. We're network marketing. What's the wealth in that? Infinity, man. Endless. Nobody can take this away from me. The experience I had with him today, the experience you've had with us, nobody can take it away from you if you don't let them, okay? If you're like, hey, this is mine, man, treasure it. Then look for a company. Look for a company outside of the place where you go to work every day, outside of the company you might own. There's a lot of company owners out there. I'm like, I don't know why you got car dealer friends I know, roofers. I'm like, why don't you have a network marketing? Why would I do that, man? Shit, I ain't got time now. Dude, you don't have time for customers? Network marketers, car dealers, every network marketing company. How many people were at that last meeting you were at?
The
big one, the big giant one.
The big giant one, over 10,000.
10,000 people.
10,000.
Every one of them own a car. Every one of them. Every one of them got a roof on their house or their apartment, okay? So these are opportunities. They're people. I want to connect with people. It just so happens maybe you end up with a great product, and you should, based on what he just told you today. And who knows, you end up with a great opportunity, okay? Cedric, you're definitely a network marketing mogul, dude.
Appreciate it, brother.
Okay, appreciate you being here today. Hey, let me know who you know in the network marketing space, regardless of the company, whether it's U.S., Canadian, whether it's maybe an Asian company. Who do you know? What company do you know? What moguls do you know? What guys or gals at the top? I want to interview them. He's already given me some names of people. I want to interview that Sue chick. Is it Sue?
Yeah, Susan Sly.
I want to interview her, man. Okay, hey, thanks for being here today, and good luck on becoming a network marketing mogul of your own. Woo. You guys, Cedric Harris, follow him on Facebook. He's everywhere, man. This guy's everywhere. Valuable resource. Okay, hope you enjoyed the show today. Thank you so much for joining in. Be great.